Alright, so for those of you just tuning in, we're about to do a 4v4 on the map Dry Arabia between me and the higher rated viewers, of course part of my weekly Twitch TV live streams. I'd love to have you here, and you can find my live stream schedule on my Twitch TV page by scrolling underneath the video player. It's going to be a high rated game, so the players in here are generally at the top of the HD ladder, so this could be pretty tricky. And you guys in the Twitch chat asked me to play as the Byzantines, which everyone in this lobby is okay with. Usually I like to random in the high rated games. To be fair, but the Byzantines aren't considered to be a particularly top-tier civ, so everyone is, funnily enough, willing to let me play the Byzantines as they think it's going to give me a disadvantage. But joke's on them when I somehow win this game. Hopefully the teams come out as balanced. Gonna give it my best shot. Hello, Agent Dam. As always, though, it is kind of tricky for me to play perfectly when I am reading the Twitch chat and trying to provide a meaningful commentary at the same time as playing. It's a lot of multitasking, but I'll give it my all, and it looks like it's Byzantines on the flank today. Interesting. Main gold at the front, that's not something I am particularly happy to see usually at the start of a higher-rated Arabia game. Starting off with a brief pause by Tetrades for whatever reason. Hotkeys are gone. Ew. His hotkeys are gone. Alright, so we're gonna give him a minute to go figure that one out. I do suppose. Hey, I'm gonna focus more on the game than I usually do, Lorik. I try to do that in the higher rated games. Give it my best shot. None, Seba. I think that would make it a lot harder to play. Let's see, so Byzantines flank. Probably could have put those two houses at the front of my town center first. Probably too stable? The voice says he only plays with one hand. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. So Tetrades, while he is setting up his hotkeys, perhaps I should do the hella nasty one, I'm not really sure. 75 pop game doesn't sound that exciting on your goat. Could be particularly hard to win. I find that you need a lot more population to actually close out a game, otherwise defenses, buildings are just too OP. I can wait a little bit. Oh, looks like we're already in on this one. Or Tetrades is going to pause again. Oops. Okay. So if I check out the civs in here, pause keys also changed. Oh my goodness. Slavs, Goths, Franks, and Italians. So I have to see who I'm adjacent to when I choose my strategy. I would actually like to go for something more skirmisher-oriented, try and take advantage of the Byzantines' cheaper skirmishers. That would be kind of nice. Hello, the Salty Apple. Welcome to the stream. Byzantines flank is certainly not that bad, JS Richer. I mean, thankfully, since, no one else picked their civ and it's just all random, it generally turns out to be pretty fair. And there are not that many, I guess, top-tier civs floating around in this particular match. So this should be fine. Tetrades is Britain's pocket, that's pretty good. I've seen some good Britons games from him before. I got windscreen wipers on the Maggers, that's fine, I like that too. Looks like the Light Empire is going to be my pocket, and he's going to be our Teutons player. And yeah, I asked him to go for 2 stable knights, that should be quite helpful, so that, when I'm against, okay, so like, in general, like, here's how Arabia works. The flanks usually try and fight each other in the Dark Age and Feudal Age, because we're so close to each other. Flanks being, on the edge of my team. I'm adjacent to an enemy. The flanks usually try and slap each other around in the Feudal and Dark Age. Maybe they rush with 3 militia, the standard 3 militia rush. Maybe you go straight to the Feudal Age, rush with scouts, archers, and then you transition into the Castle Age. And during this time, while the two flanks are, slap fighting each other, they have the pocket, the player behind them. The Light Empire is going to be my pocket, and 4v4 is generally, on Arabia, turned into sort of like 2v2s at the same time for the first, about 30 minutes of the game, and then it becomes more of like a 4v4, but you can kind of think of it as 2 consecutive 2v2s simultaneously happening. So the Light Empire would then go for Fast Castle Age usually, as my opponent's pocket will also do the same thing, and he's gonna, they usually both go for Knights, because Knights are incredibly strong against Feudal Age units, and both flanks are probably still in the Feudal Age. You're able to go for Fast Castle Age in the pocket because you're far enough away from your opponents that they can't really punish you for this. And the Knights are just so very strong here. They're fast enough that you can get to your flank to back them up easily. The rushness is not a huge deal, and they're great against all those Feudal Age units. Spearmen not efficient enough to go deal with Knights, whereas Pikemen are, but you have to get that Pikeman upgrade very expensive. So Knights are tricky to counter in the early game. That's when they really excel, and that's sort of how the Arabia metagame works. So it's going to be like a sort of a 2v2 on this side, and the Byzantines are very defensive civ. They could potentially go well here. Maybe I can counter him with some trash. Not really sure. Yes, that is true. Well, it's still paused, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you, Lorik. I'll try my best. I don't know if mass militia is the solution, Angry Goat. We'll see. See you, Jackhart. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy your nap. I would like to perhaps go for something a little bit more skirmisher-eccentric. I'm sorry, by the way, for the delay at the start of this match. You can always skip ahead by like 1 minute on YouTube if you didn't want to sit through this. Alright, wonderful. Wonderful, we're into this game. You go snag those sheep movement here. Actually, I'm kind of okay with my house positioning here, because I guess it's sort of right up against this tree line. Maybe I can use it to defend a lumber camp over here, I'm not sure. Or maybe I would lumber camp over here? I think I'd probably put it over there. So I think my initial house positioning is okay. I think I should probably wait a little bit in general to put those houses down, but I like to put them down immediately to not have too much idle time. Make sure that I'm not housed for any period whatsoever. Try and keep only about 2 sheep under my town center, and the rest I want, you know, scouting around a little bit. But, you know, if you can't do that, that's fine. Take some practice. It's more important that you make sure that your town center is, like, always working at all times. Like, that's what matters the most. And I think I am going to lumber camp over here. If I put it over there, it might be a little bit too close to the front. Archers could perhaps punish this. I'll put it back over there. We'll see if that's a mistake or whatnot. Well, my goal really is just to kind of survive. And hopefully, with some 2 stable knights from Light Empire, it'll give me a much better chance at being able to survive. Because usually how I win most Age of Empires 2 games is by out-macroing my opponents, as my macro is generally much better than my micros, so my economy management is usually pretty good. So I try to play to my strengths. I'm not the most aggressive player in the universe, but sometimes I do rush. I will most certainly have to do something against my opponent, though, in the early game, especially considering that my main gold's at the front. That's going to be a huge point of contention here. And Andy G says I should delete my TC and rush him with the town center. If you haven't seen that Persian douche video that I did on YouTube, I definitely recommend checking it out. That one is truly an experience. You haven't lived till you've seen the Persian douche. What a bizarre, bizarre strategy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that loom, go snag that boar over here. Grabbing loom right now because there's usually a little bit of delay. You know, people's internet connection is not quite perfect. You know, putting this house back there would have probably been better. Because I'm still able to get pressured by maybe some archers standing over there. Perhaps a aggressive watchtower would punish me. We'll see. I'll lure that bad boy. It's okay that I send that sheep underneath the town center. And if I set this up correctly, my scout should be able to swing around here and go snag those sheep as well. Keep another bill. Want that mill. Do I rush Fast Castle here, or do I just go for something a little bit more Feudal Age aggression-oriented? I might just go for a more Feudal Age-oriented strategy, I think. Maybe I'll try and, you know, mass skirms. It does feel a little smaller. And catch my opponent off guard with some, like, skirms. But something that the Byzantines can kind of do well. You don't usually see civs in the Feudal Age going for too much of a skirmisher-heavy play, but that's something that I like to do. It's, you know, kind of old school. Usually people go for archers because it doesn't cost... Archers don't cost any food, so, you know, you need all that food stockpiled so you can get to the Castle Age pretty quickly. Drop a forward farm in his main gold. Said I don't know if that's going to work. Liam wants to see some sick sheep rush tactics. We'll see. I less confidence in that. Now, I'm trying to click this boar, but I feel like clicking in HD is like... Alright, we'll never know how much food it has left on that. Although I do say that I have 49 food, so I need a force drop off here. I mean, I'm in a position in which I can kind of, like, safely defend myself, but on the flip side, I also can't really access my main gold safely, so I probably won't be able to go for Fast Castle Age. Go for scouts, but I don't really have my economy set up for scouts. Just don't know if I have any good deer. Scouts is something that I generally find is a bit inconsistent for me. It's a strategy that I'm not the biggest fan of. Perhaps there's something else I can do here. But maybe I could go for scouts. I kind of like the idea of archers a little bit more, I think. I can't click on that. I can't click on that boar. I have no idea how much food is left on this. It makes balancing my economy a little trickier. I don't know where my opponent is yet, but I'm getting scouted by Telemachus, so I guess it must be him. He is the Goths. Knowing what his map is like would help me decide whether or not I wanted to go for something like scouts and or archers, but I think that I would go for archers here. Yeah. Go for a slightly more delayed Feudal Age, go to archers. I don't actually know where Telemachus is, and if he's like walled up, if his map is like fairly defensive, then going for like the standard 4 scout rush will screw me. It will delay my castle age a lot. I would much rather go for something like archers because I can cleanly transition into the castle age off that if it turns out that he's already walled up. Mass feudal trash, yeah, party like it's 2002, says the Black Ones. That's how I learned how to play this game, so you know, I'm a little bit old school. A little old school, but I can do the new strategies, just don't do them as well. At least on stream. Still don't know where the sucker is. He can't really be hidden over there. See near the corner? I think he's like... I don't really know where he is. That's weird. There's no way he's just like in this small little area, right? To click up after this board's finished. I can't... There we go. Just trying to double check my, my resource counts. Swing around. There's a main gold, so he's nearby. Is he like right at the edge of the map? Is Telemachus extremely far away from me? Or is that... He's extremely far away from me, and that's my flank, really? Wow, okay, so my archers won't get there anytime soon, but he is also, his main gold's at the front too, so... I feel your pain, Telemachus. We are like brothers. Vulnerable. I guess I do want actually a secondary lumber camp. We don't have to oversaturate one of my wood lines. Okay, cool. So, you know, we're making it a little bit delayed right about now, but I think that's fine. I don't actually have enough wood for a barracks or an archer range right now. I think it's okay that I take it a little bit slow here. I actually want a little bit more wood, so my economy isn't quite balanced, right? Because this is around the time when I would want to be building my barracks. That's fine. Can wait a little bit. Plenty of time to go figure this out. Okay, so these guys can go back on the wood. So my wood economy will be significantly stronger once I get there, and really the main idea here is just to protect this gold. Just gonna build this here barracks. Scout around, see if I can find Telemachus' wood line. Not really sure. It's nearby though. Perhaps I do need to build a house right about now. Alright, so he's up to the next stage. His feudal age is actually quite fast. He cut like a villager or two to get up at this point, so judging by that faster feudal age time, we know there's no militia drush. Haven't seen any militia yet. Yeah, I actually did, by the way, Andy says, play Aoe2, get A+ in history class. I find that actually playing Aoe2 did help me quite a bit with some of my history quizzes. Telemachus is going for scouts. We know that based off his, like, very fast feudal time. So I'm gonna go play around that, I think. Build one of them archery ranges. See that scout here. We saw the stable coming up, so that's good. Managed to, you know, catch him right now. I think that I can just build a few defensive spearmen and just kind of be done with this. He could certainly exploit some of my more open lumber camps, but I think a couple spearmen do kind of stop this in his tracks. I'm also pulling one of his scouts off here, and I'm not sure if he should really be following me in this case, or if he should just group back up and ignore my scout. Yeah, he's gonna go pull it away. Alright. So he'll build an archer here. So yeah, just, you know, go hang out on the wood in the meantime. Maybe build another house. I'll keep a defensive spearman back here. So we'll start with one range, and then I'll transition into a second one. Even though ideally I would open up with two, but I'm building a bunch of spearmen instead because I know that he's going for scouts. And well, he's what? He's Goths. It's always Goths. His economy's not very strong. Neither is mine. So I think that this game will probably drag a little bit, and that's okay. Should be prepared for this. Got all those spears on defense. Probably, you know, overreacting on the spears, but I want to make sure this is as ineffective as humanly possible for him. We'll build a second range. Alright, there we go. There we have it, boys. It's got my spears at the back. I'll probably be able to get a vill off this. I think that's okay, though. If he can get any... If he can get, like, any vills off this, it's actually quite good for him, so... Chase him down. I have some defensive spears though, so I don't really mind. In fact, I can probably only Probably don't need that many more spears. I'm trying to select only one of them, but I feel like clicking in HD is just so hard. Okay, so I've got all these bad boys. Second range coming down. Build another house. I think he's going to swing around the back over here, but I have some spearmen, so I'm okay. And then I can move forward with a couple of spears, and this makes it really hard for him to defend against this, so we can move out. I need to start transitioning farms too. I also lost a gold miner, which actually fucks up my economy a little bit. So I do need to throw a fourth one on there. And ooh, he's actually coming in at the front, so that's actually smart considering that I have nothing, no spearmen at the front over here. So we'll have to probably leave a defensive spearman back. I do think that I need a lot more farms, so that's on my mind, it's on the to-do list. Build a few of these bad boys. Build some more archers. It's okay that I get housed here, I guess. Try and poke his gold. I get Town Watch for free, so I can't strategically go get that right now. So Vata's going on over here, transitioning to 2 archer ranges. Probably overreacted with the spearmen a little bit, we'll see. Ah, okay, so I actually am gonna get... I found his scouts. I know where he has them stationed. At Atreides, of course, his pause hotkey got changed, so that's why he accidentally paused there. So I found where he's stationed these guys, which is good for me. I have to make sure not to run to that town center. Forgot it was paused. Ah. Try and back up. Console him a bit off gold. Sucks that I lose a few archers there, though, walking straight into that town center. It's a little bad. Got some good castle times. I think I can bring most of these forward. Smart of him to pull his scouts back, actually. I want a blacksmith ASAP. Skirms. Alright, I'm actually just going to retreat entirely. Maybe I'll throw in my own skirm. Or 2. Just try and see if I can spear this guy. He's going to run straight under my town center. Gives me an opportunity at least to poke him. Trace keeps pausing by accident. Those archers gonna die. It's a little bit unfortunate. I think he wants to group up actually, and he's not trying to fight me. Alright, so this is gonna transition into a lengthier trash war. I do think this sort of favors the Byzantines, so I'm okay with that. I want fletching like now. I also want to get more houses, so I think I have an idol that I can build some of these. I have to mimic his skirms with my own, and now I'm ready to move out again. I think I still have the military lead, but I'm not quite sure. At least the fact that he has a couple scouts and I have a couple spearmen I think favors me, so just move out a little bit. And we're gonna move on into like a lengthy sort of delayed trash war. I think I have enough defense that it's okay that I do this. I really want that fletching upgrade. Like, so very badly. So what's going on over here? I want to make sure I fight him on the hill if I can. I really want fletching. Okay, so he's gonna pull back? Okay. So I'll sit in this hill. Set myself to patrol. Really want that fletching. I would love to get cartography as well, but I can't because... Can't build a market. It's too much of a blow to my eco right about now. Red up to the Castle Age. My biggest concern is that as soon as Telemacho's flank pocket gets here, I'm fucked. So I have to watch out for that. I'm gonna try and engage my spearmen on his scouts if I can help it. It's a good micro from him. He's managing to get the few perpendicular shots, but yeah, I can clean up all of his archers and actually just take him down. Get that focus fire. I might actually need to build another spearman. A little bit of a lag spike. I actually think I want +1. Do I? Don't think I do. Okay, so I should be able to just clean up Telemachos. I might be able to advance in a little bit, actually, if I play this carefully. So that's the first thing that's on my to-do list. Still have this guy at the back. That's good. So that's how you deal with the scout rush. Shame I lost a few archers there. Not that happy about that, but I am quite happy with this current situation. I'm gonna zone him off his main gold. Kind of like spawn camp his dudes. Is that a third range at the back? Can't really. It's a blacksmith. Okay. So yeah, I got the fletching advantage right now. Padded archer armor might delay my advancement time just a smidgen. I think I actually do want this market. Generally, I don't. Resni Knights are... I'm okay for now. We want to raid their pockets. Glad that the Light Empire is asking all these things. That's great. I'm glad that he does that. Tracking, don't think is that helpful here. And now I'm just trying to stockpile food, which I can do thanks to the fact that these guys don't cost gold, so... The archers don't. And I made a couple skirms to go deal with his skirms, as you definitely need to do that. I think that I still get gold mining here. It's a little overdue for Horse Collar. Tricky to time my upgrades correctly when I'm streaming. Let's see. It's something a little bit different than the norm from me. Normally I don't do, I guess, a Feudal Age Rush style thing, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's not really my forte, but it's something I like to do from time to time. I'm not sure if I get cleaned up here or not. Does he have Bloodlines? He's +1 defense. That's actually really good for him, that he is +1 defense. He might actually be able to clean up my entire army. At least I can focus fire down his archers. I'm actually going to pull out here. I need some spearmen to regroup. So I'm actually going to pull out here. And see, he's made a lot more scouts, so I know that I'll be able to get to the Castle Age first, but he will be able to turn around the engagement actually for him, so... This is a good victory for Telemachus. He will be able to back up. We're about even at this point, but I've done a lot of damage to his economy and cleaned up his army, so... Well, all this does is this forces me to make a couple extra spears, a few more than I actually wanted to. And now I'm going to be on my way to the next stage soon, but I am going to go grab that cartography upgrade. So, based off cartography, seems like this side is... kind of close. Windscreen Wiper is going for a very aggressive forward, and Tetrades going straight for their pocket. He's going to be raiding red really hard, and I think Tetrades has definitively killed red, or at least sent him very far back. Telemachus and I are very even. Tetrades has been raiding my opponent's pocket, which is why we haven't seen him for knights. It's like a 1v1 over here. This is pretty good. I want to use the market to cheat my way up to the Castle Age, and that's why I'm like being a little hesitant and engaging right now, as I don't want to get caught out right before then. So we'll be able to just sell wood and stuff, and I'm getting like really close. As soon as I start advancing, I might try and engage, but I also want to wait for that Crossbowmen Bodkin Arrow timing attack. Getting both those upgrades at the same time will allow me to win any engagement quite handily, and it looks like I am going to start running out of food as soon as I do like a little force garrison here, try and get that. Okay, cool, so we're up to the next stage. This is fantastic for me, and now I think I can try one more attack. I want to at least assess how many guys he has, but I don't anticipate me like really committing to this fight. All right, so we're not fighting him. He has a watchtower and he has a fair amount of guys, so I think that that's fair that I just GTFO. I recognize that his army is big and scary, and I will trade one archer for... Actually, I don't know if he got any of my guys off that. I give that like a 10 out of 10. That's fine. This mining camp placement's bad, but hills make it kind of tricky to... Is that bad? That's like one tile. Kind of want to leave like a little bit of room for my miners to not get super clumped. And right now my goal is to get to the next age and then try and spam, try and transition into crossbows, so I need that crossbow upgrade. And I'm not really going to do anything here until I get that crossbow upgrade. I think I'm also going to pull off some vills off food, as I think I have too much food, not quite enough wood. A new lumber camp would serve me well, so I'm going to do that right about now. Now I'm just going to wait. I think I get padded archer armor while I wait though. Click up to castle, okay, how's this? So far so good, lots of knights over there. I think Tetrades is sending in assistance, he has a lot of knights. From the Black Wind, I mean not the, sorry, I don't know why I said the Black Winds, it was weird. It was weird. Alright, Light Empire. Our green fellow over here, haven't seen anything from him yet, but that is A-okay. So thankfully I don't think that I need his assistance at this current moment in time. He has a secondary town center, so he's going for a little bit more of that eco. He's got 2 stables, but he hasn't sent out any knights yet. I would like his knight support. That would guarantee that Telemachus dies. And now I'm really just waiting for that Bodkin Arrow upgrade. Good night, Giberinis, or Giberanis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sleep well, my friend. And yeah, I think it's about time that I get that crossbow upgrade. Just gonna keep clicking that. Yeah, thinking about you. Yeah, exactly the Black Ones. Come on, just... I'm clicking as fast as I can, that way I get there faster. That's how it works, of course. With that Bodkin upgrade, this is what I like to see. I do think that Bowsaw is fine here too, so let me start with that. Pikeman upgrade might get some value, but not quite about now. Okay, so I need to change some of these hotkeys. How's this area going? I know that I was gonna beat Telemachus to the... Okay, so there's a knight from the Black Winds, that's good. I mean, not, God, why do I say the Black Winds? Now I'm all out of it, guys. We fucked up. Black Winds is in my head. He's playing the mind games. The Light Empire. I guess it's because they both have the in their name. Oh, that's the balls right now. Forgot red was a thingy. So I'm going to lose a couple of things here. I know that I'm going to get to the Castle Age before Telemachus, and I can do some, like, serious damage to this man because of the fact that he had to go for some scouts to go beat me back in the Feudal Age. Like, it was a meaningful trade-off there. Like, Telemachus had to make the choice of whether or not he wanted to actually, you know, win the Feudal Age war or get to the Castle Age first. But he couldn't do both, thankfully, so I got to apply a lot of pressure there with that. I do lose a lot of bills here. That's really bad. I got caught out. Forgot red was like a relevant force in this game, so hopefully I can just clear out this army and just do some work here. Replace some of these lost bills. It's not a huge deal, but it's really annoying. And then just keep applying pressure to Telemachus. I'll be able to beat him by about a minute, which I did. Kill a couple bills for some idle time. Clean up those knights. Move out again. I want to poke at this gold mine, but he has a very well-placed watchtower there, which makes it a little tricky, so I think it's okay that I just go straight for the farms. Whatever really just keeps Telemachus bottled in his own base, and not really going for me, is a victory in my book. More houses is probably fine. I can actually transition almost everything over there. And now I have to be, you know, a little careful with my engagement. My own base is fine. Okay, that's good. So I have to be pretty careful here with the micro. Okay, so that side appears to be doing fantastically. Actually playing reasonably well this game. That's good. Hello, mate dude. Hello, loyal Luke and Baron. Windscreen Wiper is up to the next stage. Of course, slow because he was indeed going for some very heavy aggression. Trying to pressure as much as I can here. If that's a castle, that is like the worst for me, and I cannot let that go up, as Huskarls will destroy me. Thankfully, it looks like Light Empire is here. I guess I get the Light Empire and the Black Winds. Like, I guess I keep saying the Black Winds because they both, you know, the word, you know? Sort of a similar style. I think I need more wood. Trying to micro this really carefully. I think that I think this forward castle was like, I think the castle is absolutely what Telemachus needs to beat me. I think he really wants to get out a couple of Huskarls, and then I'm completely fucked. There is like nothing I can do if he gets out any Huskarls. However, I do think he put that a little far forward. Like, what Telemachus thought was that probably I was just going in the other way, which because I was. But then, joke's on him. I've got, you know, arachnovision. Got 8 eyes. I saw that castle, so I had to stop it. If I didn't stop that castle, I actually think I lose. I do think I lose if I don't kill that castle there. Thank you, R. Glad to hear it. Love you too, man. I am the Byzantines, mate, dude. We're showing everybody that picking the Byzantines wasn't the handicap. Everyone spamming their 11s in the lobby. The ah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Joke's on them, dude. The Civ is one of my favorites easily. Nice. Okay. Thankfully, he let me know about that. In fact, I'm actually going to grab Pike. Normally, I don't do this, but I think that this is actually the right play here. Hopefully, those knights actually don't get to me, though. So what are we dealing with here, exactly? Well, that's the castle. I don't think I can actually stop that safely. I need to focus fire down some of these scouts. I wonder if I can actually stop this castle, but first I have to kill his army, or I lose my entire army, and I might not even stop his castle, so... That's how you lose. The question is can I... How much damage can I do here? Oh, no, I gotta get out, real fast. Okay, so he's gonna be able to make Huskarls now, so that's something I have to really prepare for. Thankfully, I think the Light Empire can back me up and deal with those Red Knights. So he's gonna be able to get Huskarls, which is very bad, but I've crippled the crap out of Telemachus. I might even have to make men-at-arms. Deal with them, as my crossbows will not be enough. I think my army is dead, so I have to play defensively now. And it's bad timing because there are a couple red knights in my own base that I do need. There's also a ton of orange knights. I'm gonna need... Okay, well thankfully the Light Empire is indeed here, so I will have to build additional barracks, I think. Now we're gonna transition to sort of that mid-game, late-game. It's gonna be really bad. So I can't deal with those crossbows. I'm trying to find a good place to... Close enough. Ugh, that is a bad time for 2 players to show up in here. Can't fight all 3 of these guys. I think I still need to build a couple crossbows to get that army out a little faster. Secondary barracks is a necessity. These knights might be enough to save me from the upcoming attack, perhaps. Depends. I lost a good chunk of my everything. I mean, it was a good trade. But it was a trade regardless. Okay. I might actually have to make Longswordsmen, as stupid as that is. Longswordsmen here might be a necessity. I can't use, like, crossbows or, like, ranged units against those Huskarls. I would need, like, a ridiculous amount of crossbows, and I actually don't have a big enough army for that. Teal says he needs support. He's a little bit in danger there, but it looks like actually Tetrades is going to make the decision to heavily raid Telemachos, and perhaps this is the way to go. This might be a really good idea, considering that he can't let, I guess, Telemachos just drop Huskarls on me. Like, that would be terrible. I think that he doesn't have enough, though, thankfully. I can't even click on them to check their stats. I'm trying to see if he has any upgrades. Trying to see if he has any upgrades in his guys. I can't actually check that because Nazis. +1 defense? There we go. He has +1 defense and +1 attack. Okay, that's fine. Should be able to handle these. By Tetrades doing this, he basically guarantees me like enough space to build back and compete, which is nice. I'm glad he decided to do that. You can't really let the Goths just get that huge momentum swing from being able to get Huskarls out, so he did a lot of damage there. And Tetrades is like being really aggressive rather than like defending his flank. He's going like straight for their throats, and I think it's paying off as long as we can hold the line, which we can. He's bought me enough space in this case. I can deal with a handful of those guys. There's those other knights. Got a few longswords. I mean, it feels bad, but I do think this is actually correct. In fact, I actually kind of want a third barracks. I think I'm ahead economically, so I don't necessarily have any pressure to head out right now. If that makes sense, I guess. Please let me know again if this is helpful to you in any way or you enjoyed watching this. I think this is actually one of the better Arabia games I've played. It's not bad so far. I don't actually need to move out yet, since I'm ahead economically, and yeah, I should be able to actually just kill this one. It's one Huskarl. Can't click on it, though, for whatever reason. Kill that one Huskarl, should be okay. Grab squires, grab tracking. Longswords, I think, are fine here. I don't think he can outproduce me. I think I'm ahead economically, so I'm not, like, on a timer, I guess, to go do anything here. I think I can just chill. Would like to see Light move out with some of his guys, but he can be a little patient, I suppose. I think I'm just ahead, so I don't want to, like, accidentally walk into his castle or something, or, like, risk a bad engagement and then lose my army and then give Telemachos, like, ample breathing room. That sounds bad. I think I would rather just, you know, continue doing this. Asymmetry is what you're looking for when it comes to being in a disadvantaged position, so you don't want to be mimicking your opponent, but if both of us are just building up an army and just sitting back and I'm ahead, I think this is fantastic for me. So I'm willing to just relax a little bit. Boom up. Thank you so much, R337 for your sub. Helps out a lot. Thank you, man. I'm floating a little bit of gold. Probably don't need that, but I can use that, I suppose, for the Imperial Age, so I can always just buy my way up to Imp, and that might be fine. A lot more Huskarls on the way, but not only do I have the hill advantage, that's why I'm sitting here, trying to get a favorable engagement for myself. So I'm sitting here because I have a hill advantage, and with a couple of longswords, I think I actually get to clean this up, and Telemachos perhaps losing a few of those right there will be devastating for him. I really don't think... I think this will really mess him up, honestly, as he needs to try and not fall further behind, but yeah, Telemachos obviously is under a lot of pressure, right? He knows that he has to try and even out this eco gap, and there's like a brief window of opportunity he had to just absolutely ruin my life once he got those Huskarls out, you know, punish me for having all these ranged units. That's a huge momentum swing in his favor, so he's trying to take advantage of that as best he can, but I think it's too little too late. It's very, very close. Dealing with that castle is going to be real tricky. I don't know if I can do too much to Telemachos before I get to Imp, so one of the reasons why I haven't pulled too much off of gold is because this is a way to sort of cheat my way to Imp, and I think I can build this and sort of build a siege workshop here, and I should be on my way to the next age pretty soon. So I'm trying to cheat my way to the Imperial Age. There's a knight over here. I wonder if that's relevant at all. I'll have to keep my eyes peeled on that and hit up to Imp really soon. That castle. I wonder... Telemachos is getting raided very hard. I wonder if Tetrades still needs to be here, but I guess he's done enough damage to red when we look at the scores that... I don't know, I feel like Tetrades could be on gray. I think teal might need ya. That might be needed over there. That's actually scout, I can just kill that. He does end up killing a Vil, I think, right? That's tanky. I can't click to check his upgrades, but wow. But some value. I don't know what the progress is in that university, but it's coming up soon to a theater near you this summer. Come on, I just really want this university. Oh yeah, I just pulled the bills off. Herp-a-derp. Get handcart in the meantime. In terms of engaging... Okay, good. Actually, Light Empire is up to Imp. This is fantastic. Red's here to support, but Red's a little too weak. I think I'm okay with taking that fight. Build a few more unit production facilities in the meantime. I think I get the extra defense. And I'm up to the next stage, so I can get Imp off this town center. I think since it's cheaper because I'm Byzantines. Should be able to clean up this army. Should be sending his knights towards my crossbowmen if he has the opportunity to micro them at all, rather than just going straight for my pikes and longswords at the front. Gonna kind of clean that up. I think I'm just gonna hang back a little bit. Wow, Tetradius has a shitload of knights. He's playing really well this game. He has a huge army. He'll be fine. So before I, really try and kill yellow, I'm gonna want, like, Treb support. I think we need a Treb, light to kill that castle. Gonna want Treb support. Maybe I can throw in a ram or something, or some siege at least. Should be able to pick off a couple of these by luring them in, based off his gather points. So that, like, every little bit counts here. And I think that throwing in a few... like, longsword, skirms, pikes, and stuff just makes my army really hard to deal with. Just gonna have to watch out here. That's a pretty scary army. Light, you might need to send your cav to Gray, actually. Teal is on fire. Teal is dying! Teal's in trouble, so he might need Cavaliers.
Yes.
Yes, for now. I think I can at least survive versus Telemachos and Red over there, Suicidal Killer. I think I can at least hold the line. I'm not in, like, any rush to apply crazy pressure here, so I think that's okay. You wouldn't believe it, guys, but I believe I'm only on 3 TCs as Residence 22. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so that's my secondary stones. There it is. So I do need to add more military buildings. I think. I think it's still okay that I give him the breathing room, as he's been, heavily attacked all game. Capped Ram will be great here. Two-handed swordsman will really just turn the tides. I think that the battles are going to be really close between us. So I want to make sure that I have that tech advantage. Like, long swordsmen actually have less attack than a Huskarl, so I want to make sure that I have two-handeds, and then when I go in, he will be in deep trouble. I'd also get Bracer as well. I think Bracer would be really good here. A few more on gold might be nice. Okay, so... I do want that. I do want that Halberdier. Okay, so he only has a couple of Huskarls, so I actually think I can poke him a little bit at least. Perhaps I don't even have an opportunity, actually, to get a castle up anytime soon. I don't want to lose this window where I can pressure him, so what I really want to do right now is get chemistry, and maybe I can bombard cannon him. Good night, Skyneto. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so Bracer is the most important one here. Two-handed is great as well. I want that. Okay, so you'll actually be able to focus fire down those rams, so... Actually, don't think I'll be able to get any sort of value out of this capped ram. I'm trying to select that watchtower. Did they do something with the clicking in this game? I don't know. Guilds will be nice. I'll probably be selling a lot of food and wood throughout this game. And, yeah, I'm gonna need some ranged siege units, as this Huskarls will actually be too good here. Where do I want this castle? I think here is fine. I can protect my villagers, make sure they can farm safely. This way I don't have to pull back an army later to defend. It makes a huge difference, I think, having defensive castles. I would never want to, like, put one too aggressively forward and then just, like, lose it to a Treb or something. Chemistry's, like, almost done, right? That tech takes forever to research. What's the progress? 89%? Well, once that's done, I'm moving out. But I want champions, and then I should be able to make, like, a bombard cannon, just, apply the killing blow. Telemachos is catching up, but he's not quite there yet. He's not quite up to Imp, and I should still be able to hit him there. Like, the real question is does Light Empire have enough dudes to be able to turn this around? And they're all knights on that side. It's really funny. I think he does. I think that they should be able to hold that. Telemachus is up to Imp, but I still think that I have a window here where I can just poke him. Alright, I'm gonna move up a little bit. Oh, is this the out of sync? For the love of God, don't let it go out of sync. This is such a good game. Oh my god. Don't do it. Hold on. Age of Empires 2. Oh god. Don't say it. That'd make me so sad. Alright, I think it's just frame rate lag. Game exploding. Error, frame rate not found. Need to back up a little bit. Engage him with melee people. Good, no out of sync detected. Just low frame rate detected. It's like trying to render that capped ram that he just killed, and it's just like, the game can't do it. It's too hard. Alright, I might need more rolls if I get raided. That would be bad news bears. So, I'll get that. Plate mail as well is fine. And as soon as these bombard cannons come out, I think I'm good to go. Do need more guys, though. Actually, don't think my eco is strong enough. So, yeah. I might need more vills, actually. Oof. I actually do not have enough. I don't have enough dudes. Not quite yet. This is actually far too close for my taste. So I'm actually going to back up a little bit here. But not enough dudes. Goths production is too fast for me. Maybe I throw in a few hand cannons. Maybe that's actually fine. Not entirely sure. I think that's at least a fair option. Economy's a bit weak, but once those farms go up, that might be the boost I need. I'm just trying not to overboom. I think I've underdone it a little bit. If I can't sustain troop production, I know that I am a little weak on the eco. So, it's something I have to watch out for. Oh, shit. He's in the game. Okay, well, I cleared up, Telemacho's army, but I do have to watch out for our good pal, Mr. Red here. Well, of course he's the Goths, so his army just reappears instantly. Well, you think with 3 of them they would be able to handle those guys, but I guess not. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Is this where we get boned? I need Halb. I should be able to afford Halb now, though. As soon as that champ is done. Actually, I'll just cancel that pike. Raiding red right now? Okay, that's good. So force a little bit of idle time for me there. Doesn't seem to be expecting it, that's good. Okay. To deal with this. Meanwhile, at the front of my base, I'm concerned about getting overrun by Telemachos, but I'm still holding the line. I should be able to clear this out without too much losses. Just really need to get those techs out. Just gotta buy some time to readjust my economy, get all those techs I need, and I might be able to hold the line here. If there's one thing I can do, it's defend, right? So that's usually what I do. Should be able to hold this line. And I do think I have a big enough eco for this. Should just be able to pump out some guys. He's gonna try and run away with that Cavalier, but I think he... Alright, he's not gonna make it. I need my easy military drag select. Okay. Ungarrison those guys. Send them back to Verk. Conscription's gonna be so good here. I think I need more unit production facilities, like Prano. I'm gonna need to have like enough to keep up with the production of a Goth, which is gonna be hard, I think. I also think I need another siege workshop. Telemachos has to regroup as well. I'm assuming because he made some cuts to his economy to try and boom up and get to the imp at a reasonable time frame. As he's taken a lot of damage this game, so I think he made some cuts to his eco. I think I actually want this castle like back here. I think that's fine. As weird as it is, I know it's like extremely far back, but oh shit, Condottieri! Are you serious? Oh shit, what? They have an Italians? Oh, that actually kind of sucks. What? What is this unit? I've never seen it before. The new unit hype, guys. What? Who builds Condottieri? My hand cannoneers. Thankfully, I didn't build too many of them. What? I've never actually seen anyone do this. For those of you who are not aware, the Italians actually give your team access to an anti-gunpowder infantry unit called the Condottieri. You build up the barracks, but like, Sends out gunpowder. It gets to everybody on your team, so I guess there's some like bizarre synergy here with the Goths. You know, people tell me all the time, like, dude, Rez, you gotta do this, and like, I never actually get a chance to do it. That's actually pretty good, because I can't really build hand cannoneers anymore, I guess. Uh-oh. It's a new unit hype. Whoa, never seen this unit before. Someone call Scission. Whoa. Holy shit, Christmas came early, new expansion. Oh, this is worse. This is bad for me. I don't want to call for help, because then I'm worried, like, that my teammates just die. But I might need to... Oh shit, they're losing that still. Alright, well, it's up to Resonance 22 to hold the line. Condottiero OP, Decision, don't buff this. I can't make hand cannoneers anymore, but hand cannoneers is so good against Cavaliers, and they're pretty good against Huskarls, and they're really good against Champions, and I want to build them against the Goths, but I can't because... Can't build hand cannoneers. Ah, it's so weird. What? Denied, Resonance 22 denied. Never seen this unit before. See, the thing is like, I've played so much Aoe2, but I've never once been like, damn, I need Condottieros, like, now. Like, I've never once said that. But I do think here that they're actually pretty good. Like, they're actually bizarrely good here. That's interesting. Yeah, Bizarrely good. You deny me the Arbalist value. Like, I have to make Arbalist now, and I can't make... That sucks. Can't make hand cannons. I mean, I kind of have to, but it... Oh! Thank you, Matedude, for the sub. I think I'm fucked. Bet none of you saw that coming. Boom! Why am I not making cataphracts? Well, what money, Assassin? People ask me this all the time. They're like, Resonance, dude, why aren't you... where's your 250 War Elephants? And I'm like, man, if I had the money... I would love to make 250 War Elephants. However, in a realistic game, you can't always get what you want. You can't just tech into, you know, anything. Like, you won't always have the money for that. Sometimes you just poor. And there's no way I would ever have enough gold to possibly make, to get all those, like, cataphract techs. They're so expensive. Like, you have to get all the technologies for them before they start becoming really good. Elite Cataphract is disgustingly expensive. It's 1,600 food, 800 gold. I think it's a good question. It's just like I can't afford Logistica either. Like, there's no way I would ever get those out. And while they are extremely good against this wide variety of infantry units that Telemachos is just clobbering me with, they're actually quite bad against Cavaliers. Like, it's okay. They kind of break even, but I'm paying so much more. Like, I had to invest so much more initially in my Cataphracts to be able to trade 1-for-1 with Cavaliers. That's just bad. So, yeah. Now, see, here's the thing. Now, this is where Goths are like the bee's knees, because he can do this thing called like not care, and he can just like, you know, A-click his guys, set the gather point into my rectum, and then I just get destroyed. As my town centers don't do anything against these Huskarls. The arrow shots, they do nothing. The castles, they help a little bit, but. You know, and meanwhile, at the front, I can't afford to actually pull any units back, because if I do, then I lose everything at the front as well, so... Like, I can't, you know, Cataphracts won't do anything. I think I'm actually dead. I could have sworn we had that game in the bag, but apparently I'm bad at evaluating that, as there... Like, the previous game that I played before this is the Indians, I thought we were completely screwed. And now, like... I thought this was fine, but what I didn't expect, is really like the Red Cavaliers. I put a lot of emphasis on the Condottieros, because I think it's funny. And it is kind of relevant, but really like the Red Cavaliers. I can't fight both of these guys at the same time. They have way too much population relative to my own. There's just no way I could feasibly do that. And since Telemachos made the absolute correct move here, without a doubt, the right play, the winning play, was just go straight for the economy, bypass my army, let his teammate, Red, do all the actual dirty work at the front while Telemachos creams my economy. Makes it really hard for me to respond to this, so... Yeah, they're handling that one quite well. I just can't possibly, I don't have the military population to fight all those guys at the same time. This army comp is tricky to counter, it is. Yeah. Wow. Jesus. Deny me my hand cannoneer value. Telemachos, you bat bastard. I've dropped to 195. See, like, my pop is, like, messed up. It's like, I also had to keep everything garrisoned in here. Yes. You guys played well, though. I usually like to wait till my teammates agree. Yeah, Tetrades had a pretty crazy game there. Tried! We almost had him! I could have sworn we had him, man, what? Aw, man, guys! Dude, Condati Heroes OP. Condati Heroes are certainly part of this win for them. It is a part of this. It's a 50% Condati Hero, 50% extra army of Cavaliers. Whoops. Thank you, Kleiner. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the stream, dude. You can find my schedule below. I update that about every day, so keep your eyes peeled, but it's, generally speaking, every Friday. Well played, well played. I can't believe they turned that around. We had such a definitive early game lead, but I suppose, like, the clincher, I think, was that Windscreen Wipers spent a very long time in the Feudal Age, and he acknowledges this. If he got to the Castle Age a bit sooner, it would have been good to go. He got, like, so committed to, like, rushing the voice, but joke's on him! The voice never dies, like a phoenix reborn from the ashes. The voice rises up, and he rebuilt, and he managed to hold the line here. Get to the Castle Age first, which is what you do when you get heavily forwarded, and, yeah, the voice had enough time that he managed to get back in on this, and then, like, Tetrades had to, like, pull out to go defend this, and then I had to pull Light to also go to the left, and then as a result, then I ended up crumbling to an army of the most OP unit ever made, Condottiero. How do you beat it? Does he have any left, or are they all dead? Those are all Huskarls, right? Any Condottieros left? Well, Telemachus, he decided to stop making them at a point, but it was cute. Caught me by surprise. I think that's it. I don't think he has literally zero Condottiero population remaining. Almost had him. That's such a good game versus Telemachus. I love playing with them because I feel like we're very evenly matched, and we have some great moments. The back and forth is quite cute. We'll get him next time, guys. He's still my number one. Yeah, yeah, the voice, the fact that he managed to live was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. That initial rush from Windscreen Wipers is so good, but not good enough to kill the voice. You can't silence the voice, guys. Oh, whoa! The Black Winds, is that the announcement for the new Age of Mythology expansion? Tale of Dragon. Tale of the Dragon. Whoa! What is this? Dude, well, that's cool. 13 years. It's been 13 years since the release of Age of Mythology on the PC. Well, hot damn. I'll have to make a post on Facebook about this. If you guys want to know what we're talking about, I will make a post on my Facebook page to show you guys the new expansion for Age of Mythology. So they did finally get that blog post out, so that's pretty awesome. And it looks like the new expansion is going to be developed by the Forgotten Empires team, which gave us the delicious Forgotten Empires. It was Fresh Princess's favorites of the Magyrs. And good old Skybox Labs. Cool. Apparently on October 2nd, they're still deciding on the time. They're going to do like a preview stream. So that's pretty exciting. I have to say that at least the in-game screenshot looks pretty good, and I hope that they address all the performance and playability issues around the time that they release this. If I had Elite Cataphracts, it would have been great. It's a shame. It's a shame. That was a good game, guys. Yeah, I tried my best, but it looks like Tetrades lost one more unit to me. Curses. It's a crazy game. It was a crazy game. We almost had him. Check out that research count, though, guys. We're well educated. We went to college, or I went to college, I guess. Hey, Natalie, welcome to the stream. Ooh, but orange there with that map scouting. Wow, snazzy. Solid advancement times this game. Good economy sizes. I like to see this. Like really, you need to scale your economy to meet your needs, right? You generally want about 100 bills. In every game of Age of Empires 2, minimum. Basically, if you don't have enough money to constantly be producing troops, you probably don't have enough villagers. So I actually think that, considering that, Light went for Paladins, I think that maybe he could have had a few more bills. Telemachus, actually, his troops are very cheap. So I think that he was, about right there. Windscreen Wipers, he died, so. And perhaps Orange could have had a few more. Difficult to say. I don't really know. Maybe they were all floating money and they were rich. Yeah. I think that I actually... For once, I think I cut back on my economy a little bit too much, a little too soon. And I could have had about 20 villagers a little bit sooner, I think. I think I needed about 20 extra villagers around the time I was an imp. I mean, I adjusted that and I fixed it later, but I think I could have had a slightly bigger economy sooner. And that might have made a difference. Yeah, that was just a rock-solid, great game. That's about how it usually plays out, I find, when I do a game like AoE and whatnot. Hello, I'm a spork. Like, generally what happens is, you know, I'm winning the side, and then suddenly Goths. Damn it. We almost got them. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I guess the voice got raided really hard by Tetris. I think that's why a lot of the enemy team had you know, a little lower on the villager count, except for good old Mr. Red, because Tetris was, like, in there deep with the paladins, and Tetris is such a huge economy because he was making lots of paladins very pricey. Dude, it's fine, the Light Empire. I think you did well. It was a pleasure playing with you. What I like the Light Empire is that throughout the game, and this is something I think more people should do, the Light Empire is asking, he's like, Rez, do you want 2 or 1 stable? I like that. I love that level of communication. I'd love to see that from more players. It's a team game. Light Empire is, you know, catering to us. I think it's great. You know, he's like, do you want 1 or 2 stables? I'm like, I would like 2 stables, thank you. And that sort of like polite exchange there is a great way to, you know, coordinate and trounce your enemies. Make sure everyone's on the same page here. He's like, Rez, you okay on your side? I'm like, yeah. Stuff like that's pretty cool. Another problem I think we ran into eventually is that I think that their paladins were generally much better than ours. I think that was a problem that we ran into. Of course, Tetris being the Britons. I mean, you want to go knights in the pocket, so it was absolutely correct. And he had like a huge army of cavaliers, and it was doing great work. However, unfortunately, the Britons cavaliers, like, they didn't do very well against, say, the you know, the fully upgraded paladins from like orange and gray. So that's bad news bears. Sorry, orange was Italians. It was like well, gray had the biggest group of paladins. There was just a bunch of cavaliers floating around. So yeah, upgrade disadvantage. Angry Goat, did you private message me on Twitch with your email address? I was going to give you a copy of the game on Steam, but you got to get Steam. You can't play with your CD version with me. Alright, so anyway, that was a basic game. Hello, Red Hunter. That was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. You can't win them all, but, like, I am totally okay losing that one. I think that was great. I had a ball. I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out, and yeah, if the Goths live, boom! Kaboom! Alright, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, feel free to leave me a like rating on YouTube, as this has helped me out a lot. Can't stress that enough. It's a great way to you know, build exposure. It takes only a second. It means the world to me. And I also do read all your comments below, so please do let me know if you enjoyed watching this video. Even if I don't get a chance to respond to them, I do read all the comments. And I also have plenty of other Age of Empires 2 videos on my YouTube channel, as well as videos of other games. If you like this one, you'll probably like those as well. A lot to check out. I'd love to have you at my live stream. We have such a wonderful community here that you could be a part of too. Find the schedule on my Twitch stream by scrolling underneath the video player. And yeah, I'll make that post on Facebook about the Age of Mythology expansion after this stream. Don't go anywhere though, guys. The stream's not over yet. We're playing one more game. And no problem, Angry Goat. It's my pleasure. I'm happy to help. The way I see it, if I have the resources to, you know, give you a hand, I think I should do it. I think it's important. Because there are plenty of points in my life, Angry Goat, where I've been like, man, I can't afford that game. But now that, you know, like, if only I could, you know, have that game so I could play with so-and-so. Now that I have a little bit of disposable income, I feel like that's a good way to spend it. All right, we're going to be right back after the break, so I'm going to be back in about 1 minute. I'm going to go get a glass of water, and then next game. So we're going to go get a glass of water. Don't go anywhere. We're playing one more game after this. That's cool, Agent Dam. I wonder how many people just listen to the talking in the background. BRB. The stream's not over. The stream's not over. One more game, guys.